Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Ecstasy of Rita Jo by George Ryca. George Ryca was born in Deep Creek, which is in Alberta, and he actually belongs to the Ukrainian farming community. And though he has produced a large volume of works, his great important works are Grass and Wild Strawberries, Captives of the Faceless Drummer, Sunrise on Sarah, Hungry Hills, and The Ecstasy of Rita Jo. And this Ecstasy of Rita Jo is actually a memory play. What is a memory play is, it is different from a stream of consciousness. Like the play will keep going in the present, whereas one of the character will be recollecting what happened in the past. And this type of a play is called as a memory play. And we find that the main character, that is the protagonist of the play, Rita Jo, recollecting her past throughout the play. And this play is actually based on a real incident which happened and which was later published in the newspapers. And the main character Rita Jo is a representative of all the Red Indian girls who suffered under the supremacy of the white settlers. In fact, when we see the play, or if you are going to read the play, you will understand it was not only the girls who suffered under the white settlers, but even men had the same fate. They also suffered under the whites. And this play happens in Canada, where the Indians, the English and the French, they lived there. And the first people who came to this place were the Mongolian race of Asia, which we call as the native Indians, and they only came here and settled down here first. And after them only the English and the French came there. And when this English and French came there, they gave these Indians the Bible and they took away their land and they sent them to the reservation, saying that they are going to civilize them by giving them good education and giving them good job opportunities. But actually what happened is, the life of the Indians collapsed after these French and the English came, and the Indians fell into deep economic problems with unemployment, poverty, and even the education went backward only, because the education which was provided by these French and English white settlers was not something which these Indians needed, and therefore they lost their respect and they suffered under the white domination. And when we see the characters, we find that there are two sets of characters, that is, we have the Red Indians and the whites, and the main characters in the Red Indians are Rita Jo, who is the protagonist, and Jamie Paul, who is a lover of Rita Jo, and Ellen Jo is the sister of Rita Jo, and David Jo is the father of Rita Jo, and Dan Jo is her uncle. And among the white characters, we have the magistrate and Mr. Homer, who is a social activist, and he runs a charity for these Red Indians. And we have a priest called Father Andrews, and a teacher, that is Rita Jo's teacher, Miss Dono. And we meet some policemen and 3 murderers. And along with these characters, there is a singer, but this is not a character, it is the alter ego of Rita. And from the story we understand that Rita Jo was earlier in the reservations. Reservation means it's a place which is allotted for the Red Indians, and the French and the English, they bring the Red Indians there and they say that we will give you good education and we will also provide you job opportunities so that you can get civilized and you can get into a better lifestyle than what you are living there. And Rita Jo was there, but she thought that if she comes to the city, she can earn more money and she can keep sister Ellen happy and also give a comfortable life to her father David. So she comes here, but being an Indian, she was not able to get a good job. So now she was working in a tire company, and she is trying to get into a good job and earn money and save that and keep her family happy. And one night when she is returning from the work, some white policemen are there in the road and they call her, and she recognizes them as policemen, and she knows very well that when a policeman call, you cannot just avoid them and go. So she goes there, and when she goes near them, they arrest her, and one of the policemen puts a $5 in her pocket, and they book her under prostitution and they take her to the magistrate's court. And there in the court, many fake cases like prostitution, theft, vagrancy. Vagrancy means roaming here and there without being in your place. That is, she should be in the reservation, but she is roaming here and there. That was the case against her. Assault and shoplifting. Shoplifting means robbing from the shop without paying the money. All these fake cases are charged on her, and Rita refuses all this, saying that she is innocent. And the magistrate who comes for that court, he sees Rita, and he remembers seeing a 4-year-old little girl who was running barefooted in the road in Caribou when he went there, and he feels that that girl resembles Rita, and he asks Rita whether it is her daughter who he had seen in the road. And Rita Jo just says, if you think so, sir, and nothing else. Then she refuses all the cases, whatever false she was accused of. She says she is innocent. So the magistrate asks her to bring about a few witnesses to guarantee for her character, and he gives her only 8 hours for that. But she is not able to produce someone, and the witnesses who come to the court are the people who actually say something against her. Like first comes a school board clerk, and he says that the Department of Education is giving many offers to these Indians, but Rita Jo has never responded to anything. But in actuality we find that none of the letters which are given from the which are sent from this Department of Education reach the Indians, because the person who is in charge there, he will burn all the letters, and therefore these Indians never receive any of these offers. Then Rita Jo's teacher, Miss Donoff, she comes there and she says that Rita never respects anyone now. But we find from one of Rita's memories that the white teacher used to call her a bitch in heat. Bitch means female dog. So she recollects that. And even the policeman and the other witness who come there, they only speak against Rita. So the magistrate sentences Rita for 30 days in prison. And we find that Rita Jo is a lover of freedom, but now she is a jailbird. And while she is in the court also, we find that Rita Jo's mind recollects her past, where she spent a very happy early childhood with her sister Ellen. Like she used to take care of her sister Ellen as a mother, because they had lost her mother in the early childhood itself. And her father David Jo and her lover Jamie Paul. All the 4 of them were very happy together, and a childhood was a real happy period in her life. And we find that even Ellen Jo had come to the city in search of fortune. Like she thought she can make a lot of money if she comes to the city, because she was very good in stitching. But the white people did not support Ellen. They did not give her any clothes to stitch. So what happened is Ellen had gone back to the reservations, because she thought that it will be the only place where she can be safe. And we find that David Jo also loved Rita a lot, because one of the neighbors, Sandy Collins, they lost their daughter Millie. And they thought that Rita is a very beautiful and a very nice girl, and so they had approached David and they've asked him to sell Rita to them, and they were willing to offer $1,000 for her. But in spite of the large amount being offered to him, David refused to sell Rita to them, and this itself shows how much her father loved her. And Rita also thinks about her mother, who is no more. And while she is in the prison, a priest called Father Andrews, he comes there to meet the prisoners. Generally, he comes there regularly to meet the prisoners and talk about Jesus, and he literally converts many of them into, that is, he converts many of these Indians into Christianity. And here when he meets Rita Jo, he offers her a packet of cigarette, and he also advises her to return to the reservations, because that is a place which will be safe for her, and he tells her to leave the city. And when he says that, Rita Jo, she tells him that her uncle Dan Jo had told her that at one time all the Indians were very happy and they led a very peaceful life. All that was only till the white settlers came. After the white settlers means the English and the French, after they came, they took away their land, and they said, we will give you everything, but they took away their freedom, and what they gave is only Bible. That is, they spoke about Christianity and about Jesus, and she says that I cannot understand your religion, and before you people came we were very happy, so why don't you leave and go? If you leave us and if you give back our land, we will all be very happy. And when Father Andrews hears that, he gets very angry and he leaves the prison. Then we see Mr. Homer, who is a white social activist, and he runs a charity for the Red Indians, and through that charity he provides food and clothing to all of them. But he never realized that what these Indians need is job and respect, which he is not able to give. And after 30 days, Rita is released from the jail. But Jamie is sent for 30 days into the jail because he has attacked Mr. Homer. At that time, David comes there and he tells Rita to come back to the reservations, because he feels that that is the place which will be safe for her. But Rita says that since Jamie is in the prison, she will wait for him for 30 days, and after he gets released, both of them will come back to the reservations. And as the days go, Jamie also gets released, and while he and Rita are there, 3 murderers, they come there and they try to seduce Rita. Jamie defends Rita, but while he's defending her, he gets beaten up very badly. After beating up Jamie, these three murderers, they gang rape Rita and they also kill her. And we find that David comes on the stage carrying Jamie's dead body, and he places his dead body next to Rita's body, and then he sings an ancient funeral song. And then Ellen comes there and she chants a prayer, and the play ends with the words no, no, no more. And this is one of the best plays and a very successful Canadian play. I hope you also like this video, and if you want to add on anything more to what I have said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell button. Only then you will get the notifications of all my video when I post them. Thank you.